Welcome to Goalie Training Pro TV, episode 38. We're talking TRX training for goalies. So one of you even asked, hey, is the TRX good for goalies? Yes, is the simple answer. I like it because you can use it for strength, for stability. Those two kind of go hand in hand. You can even use it for mobility. It's pretty simple. It's somewhat portable as long as you have a place to anchor it. So it's good. Is it something super special or a secret sauce? Nope, it's just another tool like dumbbells or kettlebells or a medicine ball or a stability ball. It's just another tool that we can use. But let me kind of walk you through it. One of the things I like about it from a strength perspective, and I made notes so I would remember, is that it kind of requires some stability as you're doing your exercises. So, for example, if I'm doing a push-up on the floor, I don't have to stabilize my arms in this manner because they're fixed to the floor. So I just have to do this motion. When I do a push-up with the TRX, well, now, you know, these can move wherever, and actually when you do it, you'll notice and you'll feel like, okay, my right arm, I'm right-handed, my right arm feels pretty smooth, my left kind of shakes around a little bit. You know, I'm exaggerating it a bit, but that's what you'll see. So that's one of the things I like about it is you have to stabilize. A lot of times it's just your stability that will limit the amount of load you can use. And then really simply too, if you're not great at push-ups, you're like, oh God, the last thing I want is push-ups, I'm terrible at them. Well, if I just come forward a little bit, more of an angle, well now, you know, those are really, really easy. And then as I get stronger, I can move back, back, back till I'm right down at the floor. So that's a nice way to do it. I can also add in some nice progressions. So I can, you know, make my push-ups a little heavier. I can do a push-up with one hand and a reach with the other. So that challenges the stability in my torso a little bit more. It seemed to me I had a third one in there for you. Push up and reach, push up and stabilize. Wow, push up and stabilize is hard. What was I thinking when I put it in here? I hope I don't land right on my face. We'll see if I can. This is a little bit high. But push up and, this is actually really high. Push up and stabilize. You know, you pop right up and stabilize yourself up there. Usually we'd put that a little bit lower to the ground. So really nice, easy to progress. You have to have that stability to make it work. Plus, you know, just kind of like regular push-ups too, although a little more so, my torso has to stabilize. I can't, you know, be sagging. Whereas when you see people do push-ups from the floor, sometimes they're kind of doing the worm. If I'm doing a push-up with the TRX, you know, it's pretty obvious if I'm doing the worm. So I have to keep my torso nice and stable. If we're talking about leg exercises, you know, one that is pretty common that we use is just a rear foot elevated split squat, or almost like a reverse lunge using the TRX. And it's just nice because it kind of just floats there behind me. One of the issues with this one is, especially when people are using a little bit heavier loads, you know, it's hard to like hold the dumbbells and then kind of like, you know, feed your toe in through there. So then it's like, okay, well, if you use your hand, then you have to come here, then you have to pick up the dumbbells, and it can be a little bit awkward when you're using heavier loads. But another one that we use with the goalies is just a nice squat lateral. So again, we can hold dumbbells here. That leg just floats out to the side. I also like using it for mobility. You can do sort of a nice, like assisted splits where I can hang on so I can control. Sorry, I don't know why I'm angling away from you, but you know, I can hold on and control how much stretch is in there just by using my arms. And I can go, you know, frontwards and side splits. Let me see if there's any other leg. No? And then rowing. So again, these are big compound exercises, but you can do just a nice bilateral row here. You can do a single arm row, staying nice and square. You can do a row and rotation, so you get a little bit of rotary stabilization. There's tons of exercises that you can do for strength. For mobility, we'll work on, I showed you the splits. We can work on T-spine mobility. Just trying to think of the angle here that I want to give you. I better come out this way just to get the camera, sorry. So if I'm here, I can work on my T-spine mobility, so I'm rotating up with this hand, I'm reaching with that hand, I'm keeping my hips nice and neutral. So I can get that in. You can even do, your kneeling lat stretch here, and get a nice stretch through your shoulders. There's a million things that you can do, so resist the temptation to email me and be like, I like to do this. I like to do this one. Because there's tons of things that you can do. I'm just kind of giving you an idea of some of the things we use. So it's a tool for the toolbox. It has its benefits. I think the big benefit is that it requires stability with your strength. So I really like that, because I love exercises that are sort of self-limiting, that for example, leg press. You can leg press a lot of weight with crappy, terrible form. With this, if you don't have the stability, you're just not going to be able to get the reps. So I like it for that reason. Is it magic? Is it the best thing? No, it's another ingredient. It's like trying to argue that one ingredient in spaghetti sauce is the best ingredient. Well, no, it's just there's lots of ingredients, and then when you put them together in the right way, it makes something really, really delicious. So it's not the be-all and end-all. If I had money, if I had no equipment and limited space, I would spend my money first on a set of nice resistance bands with handles that I could interchange, and because then I can generate some power and do different planes of motion and increase resistances, and so that's where I would spend my money first. Second thing I might buy would maybe be dumbbells, but then maybe a TRX would fit in there, or a medicine ball and then a TRX, or a TRX then a medicine ball. So it's sort of somewhere in that plane. I also want to let you know that there's two different kinds of TRX. So you can see these ones hang parallel, so there's two anchor points for them. The benefit of these is that if I take this and hook it up here, and I take this and hook it up here, then, and make them somewhat the same height, they're not, but then you can do like a full pull-ups and things like that. So that gives you the benefit, or you can come up and do like a dip or something like that. The other version, that's sort of the more common version, is like this. So it has one common anchor point and these come off. So you can see that you couldn't do a pull-up with these because you'd be sandwiched in the middle, but it's kind of a nice, one of the nice things about this style is I can go on, any angle and I'm fine. With these, let me bring them back down again, so you can see exactly what I mean. With these, I can't go over here and do it because now I've got one arm that's really long and one arm that's short. So you have to kind of be somewhat straight, even though I know this one is adjusted short. So you have to kind of stay centered in the middle. Again, unless I really wanted to be doing pull-ups or like use them a little bit as rings, I would probably buy the original style version. So, yeah. So if you really like the idea of TRX, if you don't have space to have dumbbells, then yeah, I think it's a good tool. That's all. This is Maria from Goalie Training Pro TV. Thanks for the suggestion. Thanks for the idea. That's the perfect way to help me deliver exactly what you guys want to learn about. And I will catch you next time. See ya.